Hello, everybody. Welcome. I have to get my comments up on YouTube here. I mean, not on YouTube, on Facebook. And get situated. Here I am. Say hello when you pop on. If you're catching the replay, so if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm not currently live. Hey, Julie. On YouTube, I'm not currently live, but you can say hello and I will comment back. Also, if you're on YouTube, then I'm trying to get my straw down in my, that's what that weird noise is. It is officially iced tea season. So, there will also, hey Laura, I'm glad you're here this morning. If on YouTube there is chapters, so you can get to the part of the video that you want to watch. You don't have to listen to all of the introduction stuff and all the things. So let's do a little bit of catching up. I want to share some cards I got in the mail and some details of what's happening. The first of which is the new catalog and the last chance retired items that are for sale that you will want to check out. All of those items that are on the last chance section of Stampin' Up, let's just look at it. All of these items are going to be going away on the 4th. So let's go over to Stampin'Up.com. Last chance products. These are all the items. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Hey, Cheryl. These are all the items that are going away or changing. So for instance, this will still be in the catalog, but it will not be bundled. So you won't be able to get the dies and the stamp together and save 10%, but it will still be in the new catalog. This is going away and will not be here at all. Same thing like this. It's a bundle that won't be bundled together. So what I would suggest that you take a look at is just come on here and take a look at these single items, such as the stamp sets. These are old in colors, and so the Stampin' Spots. There's lots of discounts on here. So I would just, take a quick look at this list and just see the butterfly punch. This is such a great punch. I loved having that one. Some of the ribbons are going away. This is a great embossing folder that is now going away. Embossing folders can be used. I keep all of mine because they can be used on anything. Ribbon, there's great discounts on ribbon. I picked up several of these ribbons because there's such a great discount. This is a great stamp set. So sad to see that retiring. All of the current paper is retiring. So you'll want to pick any of that stuff up. So just take a look at this. I wanted to give you guys a quick reminder that this is all ending. Hey, Carol, on the 4th. So once May 4th comes, you won't be able to get any of this stuff. Brass foil sheets are on sale for $4. A great combo pack of ribbon, sequins, some single packs of embossing powder. We're going to talk about that today. 2-inch circle punch. I love that. So this is just a reminder, you guys, that is ending. All of those things will be going away on like the end of May 3rd, right? Because May 4th is when the brand new catalog goes live. Okay, so the brand new catalog. So that is great way to lead into the brand new catalog. Most of you should have received your catalog from me or will be receiving it. I mailed out another bunch at the beginning of this week. If you did, if you get Blessed2Craft, which is what we're going to do today, if you get those packages, you had a catalog in your package. If you did a class from me, you have a catalog in your packet. And let me just show you what you get when you get a catalog from me. You will get a card kit, and this will be for our for my Stampin' Up! My catalog launch party. So there's information. So these two things go together. There's some information on the back. So that's what that is. You will have a in color bookmark. Now, if you get a bookmark that has the jewels on the hearts, that means you've won something for me. I will announce that at the launch party. Okay, so if you have that, so you get that. And then there is a shopping list where you can make your shopping list. There is a new catalog letter, so some information about this catalog. And then there is the punch sheet, which you can fill out. And then your catalog, which on the 4th, I will be going over in great detail like I always do. At my launch party, I will have labels that I do for you guys, and we'll go over all of that. So if the way you get a catalog from me is if you have ordered from me in the last 3 months. So if you have ordered from me and your order is $50 or more, then I automatically send out a catalog to you. I just go through, go through my spreadsheet, I pick out all of those that have ordered from me, and I send it out. And then everybody in Blessed2Craft or everybody who's taken a class from me also gets those catalogs. If you have not placed an order with me of at least $50 or more in the last 3 months, what you will get is a envelope that has all of these items in it. And then it will also have a flyer that says, if you place an order with me, when the new catalog launches, you can place an item number. It's this item number right here on your order, and you will get a single catalog. And then I will send you a set of rhinestones because the catalog is $5 when you put it on your order, and a set of rhinestones is $5. So basically what I send out all this information to everybody else, and I say, if you want a catalog, place your first order, throw a catalog on your order, and I will send you a set of rhinestones to make up for that $5. Or you can pay the shipping for the catalog, which is $8. So every single catalog that I send out costs me $8 to send out, and it is by far my largest expense for mailing is when I have to send out catalogs. So particularly the annual catalog, because it goes out priority mail. So I'm happy to send it to all my current customers and all of those that are ordering from me, and then I'm happy to either reimburse you the $5 for putting it on your first order, or you can pay the $8 and I will ship it to you directly. Either way. So that's what's happening with the catalog. Quite honestly, I am the priority list right now was getting my Berry Blessings class out. That shipped today. So if you took that class or bought product for that class, that went out today. And if you purchased the PDF and the videos, there will be an email going out with all of that information today. So that's great. That is now done, and I can check that off my list. And my next priority is the paper party. I need to get my cards designed, and I need to send out one last email if you've not signed up for the paper party to get all of the brand new papers in the annual catalog and join our 2-day party. The deadline to do that is Saturday. And so that is my next priority. And then I have some other things on my list that I will get to and I will check off. So, you know, that's how it goes. You just work on your priority list and everything, you know, works out. So I want to show you guys a couple things that I got in the one particular thing that I got in the mail. I don't think I need the envelope. This is from Laura, who is here, and it was just a nice little card. It was a birthday card. She sent me a little birthday gift, and then a letter, which I am not going to read. or share. It was a personal, and it was, it was just an encouragement. And I just wanted to tell her here, since she is here, thank you so much for this. I sat in the car at the post office and read this, and quite honestly, I did cry a tiny bit, as I have shared the struggles that I am currently having, just with mental health wise. It was such an encouragement to get this, and I appreciate it so very much, the time that everybody has taken to send me cards. I don't know where my other card is. I had another, I think I might have put it already in my Project Life album, but there was another card that was sent by one of you guys, and it had a nice note in the card, and it just was very appreciated. This is how we make connections, right? And this is how we continue the discussion. I know I shared about my mental health struggles and the things that I've dealt with, is particularly in the last few months. And I think it's easy for that conversation to just be kind of over. Like, I shared it and everybody was like, sending you the love, so many hugs, we're all in this together. And then the conversation kind of ends, right? Because obviously this isn't a space. I don't want it to be a space of like just continually like vomiting all of the mental stuff that everybody's dealing with, but also we need connections, right? And so this is how we continue to do that. We continue to leave comments and we continue to say, hey, I'm struggling with this. I've read through all the comments left on that video, and so many of you have shared struggles that you're going through. And that's how we make the connections, and we make this better, and we make it more helpful. So I love that, and I appreciate it. Laura said I had to put sequence on it. Of course, because sequence makes everything better, right? So thank you so much, you guys, for being here, being in the space, leaving the comments, and understanding. I know I've reached out to a few of you guys as you've emailed me, and quite honestly, like, I just want to live in this space of honesty. I know Julie's on here, and I appreciate her being on here, and I had a email conversation with her yesterday that I was like, you know what? This gives me anxiety when it happens, and can we be friends, and can I just share that, and can we do better in this space? Can we have a better approach? Can we think about this differently? Can we trust the process? And she was really great. She emailed me back and was like, yeah, totally, I get that. And I think sometimes more mental struggles happen when we try to pretend everything's okay. When we try to pretend, like, we just go on and we go like, oh yeah, okay, like, I'm getting that, I'm doing that, like, yay. And then it compounds, right? And it's like, it gets worse and worse and worse. And so let's just live in a space where we are honest, and we share, and we say, and we come together, and we support one another in this community. And I appreciate that, you guys. So today we are doing our Blessed2Craft for April. I'm going to share with you guys all the things, and we're going to talk about some of the changes that I have made this month to A, make this easier for me to keep track of everything, and B, to help you guys get more out of this. Blessed2Craft is this idea that I came up with because I love doing lives with you guys. I love hanging out, and I obviously love connecting with you. However, sometimes it's really strange and really lonely to be here on video talking to my camera, right? It's like I'm doing a project, and I know sometimes when I'm watching a video, I'm like, oh, I wish I was doing that with them. I wish I was crafting with them. And so Blessed2Craft came out of this desire for me to connect with you guys more, to be able to send you guys a make and take and some product, and for us to dive in and do the project together. And then this way, I'm not focusing necessarily on a stamp set or a die like I have before in my classes or my clubs, where I'm like, you have to buy this stamp set and you have to do this project this way, right? Like, that's great. There's a great, I love doing classes like that. And I just did my Berry Blessings class, and it was fun. But this is more of a space of like, let me send you the cards. Let me send you the make and take, and you can either use stamp sets you have, or you can purchase the one that I'm using. That's for sure something, but you have some product to play with immediately, and to dive in and do with me. So that's what Blessed2Craft is. This last month, I did raise the price. So the new price is $35 a month. You get $20 in product, plus it is shipped to you, plus we do the live, and there is a bonus project that you get. The reason the cost went up is because postage went up. That's just the bottom line. It takes a lot of other items to ship to you guys. I do the clear bags and then the postage itself. So that's why it went up, in case you were wondering. The other change, I just want to talk about a few of the changes that I made. The other change that you will see is in your packet, you will get this sheet that shows you the projects. It tells you what is in your kit. It tells you what stamp set I've used and important information to note. And then I send out an email that has the PDF attached. Now, several of you have emailed me over the last few months and said, I really just throw this PDF away. You don't have to print it for me if you don't want. I've always just printed everybody's. But with that, as I had more of those happen, what I decided is that I would attach the PDF in an email. If you love getting the PDF printed and you're like, oh, wow, that was such an amazing feature that I loved, please reach out to me. I've already had somebody do that and say, please keep printing mine for me. And that's totally fine. I'm happy to do that. So instead, if you're getting the PDF, you won't get this, you will get the PDF. Otherwise, it's attached in a video. Okay, the last change that I made is this right here. You would have got this in your package. And this is your 6-month gift reward sheet. I wrote on everybody's is different. So, you know, Laura might have 3 of these already filled in from me, and then she would write April, and then she would have 2 more left to go. Somebody else, you know, Jackie might have 1 because she might have just got her gift last month. So she would have had March written in, and then she would write April and go forward. So everybody is going to track their own 6-month gifts. All you have to do is either text a photo of this to me or mail it to me. And then you will get your 6-month gift the following month. If you are brand new and you just signed up, you will have a welcome kit in some kind of pouch that will have a set of dimensionals and your punch card and a little welcome piece from me, and you will get that and then go forward. And this is, again, you guys, just a way for me to keep track of everything a little bit better and be able to do that. So this month we're using this sentiment stamp set, A Grand Kid. And it has a couple like grandma, grandpa kind of sentiments, but overall it has other really great, I would say, neutral sentiments that I really love. If you don't have this stamp set, you can use any sentiment stamp set that you have. It's not a big deal, for sure. Okay, so then the other thing is that this month we hit a little snag. And this is always a really hard time of the year for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators because we have 2 catalogs we're working in. We have an annual catalog, and then we have a mini catalog. And then we have a new catalog, you know, our brand new annual catalog that has come out, and we're able to purchase product from that as a demonstrator. Then we have a whole bunch of stuff retiring. So particularly March and April are very difficult months because of that. It used to be April and May, but we've shifted our catalog timeline. So these 2 months of the year are really, really a struggle to put together classes or clubs because of this exact thing that happened to me this month. Originally, when I planned all this out and I looked at all the product that I was going to give and include in the kits, and I added everything up and made sure all my numbers worked, I had included embossing powder, gold embossing powder. I thought, oh, this will be so fun for everybody to get gold embossing powder. like 4 days after I said that, it went on the retiring list and it sold out. So if you got your package and you're like, where's my gold embossing powder? It's because it sold out, and I had to, I have to wait. Again, that's another thing, is from the beginning of the month to the 12th of the month, I have to wait for everybody's payments to come into me. So I can't just order right away. Like, I can't just order at the beginning of the month. I'm waiting for payments and making sure nobody cancels their subscription before I order the exact amount of product. In between that time, it sold out. So what I had to do is figure out what I was going to include in your package for your product. And this month in particular, I had already designed the cards. So it wasn't even about figuring out like, well, what did I use on the cards? What can I give in the kits? So that's why you don't have embossing powder. Instead, you have some other gold items here in the back. You have some gold foil sheets, and everybody got half a pack of this. Normally when it comes to cutting down cardstock or specialty papers, I usually do a quarter pack. For this month, I did a half pack. So you got gold foil sheets, and then you got this really beautiful gold acetate. So you got a quarter pack of this gold acetate, which neither one of these items we use on the cards, but you can if you want. If you want to get really creative and use some of these things, or you want to save them for another project we do, or just for a project that you do on your own. You got that. And then everybody got a quarter pack of this designer paper, and then the gold gems. So that is what we will be working with. I apologize that happened. Again, it's just a kind of a weird time for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators as we plan classes and clubs. And then I will say that this paper is retiring, so it will be going away. If you like this paper, I would suggest picking it up. You can see that I have a bunch in here that I've been working on projects with. I really didn't like this paper when I first started, when we first got it. I had gotten it for my paper party, and so I had seen it, but I didn't really love it. But then as I saw people using it, I was like, actually, this paper has a lot of potential. So you can see I've cut it up and used a whole bunch of it. So let's go ahead and get started and make our projects here. And all of your cards and items are in a package that looks like this. So you'll just pull everything out. This was a hard one to package up because these are all fun fold cards. And so normally I don't spend a lot of time folding cardstock and whatnot, but I had to this time because in order for you guys to make these fun fold cards, they had to fit into your packages. So the first fun fold card that we're going to make, and this features these flower dies, are not carrying over. So if you want these floral dies, you will want to pick them up. I'm going to keep these. I don't think that I will keep the stamp set that goes with it. It wasn't my favorite, one of my favorites. And if I could do it over again, I probably would just buy these dies and not the stamp set. But these are not carrying over. So if you like these, if you like the floral images, you'll want to pick this die up. I think it will be awesome for lots of different things in the future. So the first card we're going to make is going to be this card right here. These, Carol, these are carrying over. I know the other one is, the other floral set is carrying over. I'm gonna double check. I have a catalog right here. I know the other floral set that's in the mini is carrying over, but I was pretty sure these are not in bloom. Oh, they are. They're called pierced blooms. Is this one? Oh, okay, so I stand corrected. Is it the stamp set? Let me see, page 30. Thanks, Carol. I was positive. I was pretty devastated that, because I didn't get the other set in the mini catalog. I didn't get the other floral set, and I was feeling sad that these weren't carrying over, but these are. So, Carol, thank you. And that stamp set is, In Bloom is the stamp set. I have that labeled wrong. Pierced Blooms is the name of the die. Thank goodness Carol's here. Because I was positive. In fact, I have all of this set aside to put retired stuff on. And I put my stamp set in my retired stuff. Like, I already pulled this stamp set and took it out. So I need to go grab that so that I still have it. Okay, so this is the card we're going to start with, your card base that we're going to start with. And then what we're going to do is we're going to trim some of this off. Okay, I did not do this part for you guys. We're going to do this together. So this is a standard card. It is 4 1/4. And then you fold it at 5 1/2 and it gives you 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So what we want is for this to be a 4-inch square. Okay, so we need to take 1.5 inches off, right? 4 plus 1 1/2 is 5 1/2. So you're just gonna take this and cut 1.5 inches off. And it's going to give you a card that's going to look like this. Then what we're going to do is just pick some of your design, pick whatever designer paper you want. I'm going to pick this design. And I think I'll just do the same design. So the first cut we're going to do with our designer paper is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so we'll have this piece. Then for this piece, we're going to do 3 3/4. I think by 3 3/4. I'm going to do that measurement and then I'm going to hope I'm right. And I wasn't. It would be, I know what I did wrong. It would be 3 3/4 by 4. That's what I did wrong. So 3 3/4 by 4. And that's going to fit perfectly right on there. Well, and I did it. Now I did the wrong design. But okay, we're going to go with this. We're just going to go with it. Okay, so this piece is going to go on the inside. And I'll show you what makes this a fun fold card. It is hard to keep track, Carol. And I guess I just got those other two mixed up. I guess I got the two mixed up for the other floral ones. But I love these floral ones that we're using right now. I love these. Okay, so we have this, right? So now the next piece of our fun fold is going to be this piece. And this piece we're going to attach just like this so that it opens up, right? So this is going to be the end result when you attach your pink piece inside and then it's going to fold up like so. I added another piece of designer paper. Layer your two floral pieces like so. This is Mary Merlot and Blushing Bride. You can stamp your sentiment, and I stamped that in Mary Merlot. Oh my gosh, Daisy, that's fun. Daisy said, making a Z fold card as I watch. And then I used my Nuvo drops However, you could just use your smaller gilded gems. These are really beautiful. So, and then with a gold gel pen, I added some stitching around it, but you don't have to do that. And that is our first card. The second card we're going to do this is a really fun one. I had never seen one of these cards. It is a Slimline mini card. And mine has come apart. So I need to do a little card surgery real quick. There we go. Okay, so this Slimline card, I'm going to give you the measurements, okay? It's 6 inches this way. By 7.5. So 6 by 7.5. And then when you fold it, you're going to get a 6-inch this way because that measurement's going to stay the same. And then it's going to be 3.5. So it's this very fun card. And all we've done for this one's very, very simple. So for this one, we have our designer paper. And again, we're just going to pick whichever designs that we want. I'm going to pick this blue. And for this one, I was thinking I would do orange. That would be pretty, but I don't know if that goes very well. You know what I really want to do is this design here. Oh, I do that on the next card, so I better not pick that one. Let's go ahead and pick. We'll do the same as the first one. So we're going to need the yellow. And of course, it's going to be 6 inches. And then we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to do 3 inches. This is already at 6 inches. My one in the picture is a little bit, this measurement is a little bit smaller. It's like 2 3/4. But you can see on my Slimline, you don't see very much of my design. And I really would like to see more of this. So we'll put this on here. Just like so. It's going to take up the majority. And normally what I would do is I would do our bonus project in our Facebook group for Blessed2Craft. I would do that at 1. Today I have a meeting with the school for Andrew. And they've changed it on me now twice. And so I just got an email this morning that it got moved up till 1. They probably had like I'm guessing they had like a cancellation or something. And so I will do the bonus project tomorrow and then send that email out. And I apologize to everybody that I'm having to do that. I, for one, am so glad that the school year is almost over because we just spent 2 hours last night with Andrew in tears, upset over school stuff. Luckily, not luckily, but I am blessed that I have a husband that has a lot of patience and helps so much with the kids and school stuff because at this point, I just get so terribly upset with the stuff that's going on with Andrew and school, and it makes me angry and I get upset and I worry about him, the whole thing. And so I have that meeting today, which is really important. So I'm going to do that. And I don't think I'm going to be in a great place after that meeting. So I'm just going to give myself a little bit of grace. And we'll do the bonus project tomorrow. So I'm going to do this next card a little bit different than I did here because I want to show you guys some different ways. So I've made my designer piece larger, and this is the great thing about getting the product and me not just cutting designer paper and giving it to you and saying, you do this card this way. You get the designer paper, you get to decide. I can certainly share with you the measurements and you can do it exactly, because sometimes that's helpful to us if we're having a hard time being creative. But also there's so much room for you to just go ahead and do different things. So this is the way I put this together to begin with. What I'm going to do is this one a little bit different. So my designer paper on here is pretty much the same. It just, I have a little thin piece of the yellow and then I have a larger piece of the blue. So you can see the difference, hopefully, with that. This is a little bit thinner. You can see more of that yellow designer paper. And then I'm going to take a stitched circle. And I might want one a little bit smaller than that. I might not want that one as big. Yeah, I think that is perfect. And we'll take our stamp set. And also, let's add a little bit of foil. Since this wasn't on the cards in the photo, let's add a little piece of foil. So I'm just going to cut a piece of foil, a strip, and this is going to give me like a little 1/2 inch strip. And let's add this. I'm using my grid mat to try to keep things lined up. We'll add that there. Now let's take our stamp set and yeah, I think I can still use that. We'll use Night of Navy. Grab a block. And then let's add this flat down because I want to pop up something else. So we have our card. I want to make sure you guys can see that. We'll put the circle right over that. And then I have the yellow heart. I have a couple yellow hearts. So you would have gotten 2 in here. I don't know that it makes sense to put 2 on. I kind of like this hanging off right there. Or like this. You could do this with a punch, a circle punch if you don't have the stitched circles. Let's grab our dimensionals. I'm gonna put 2 on here, but I don't know that I'm gonna use 2. Actually, I think I just want to use 1. And then we'll take our gems here. And my X-Acto knife. And I'm gonna take one of the really large gems. And put it right in the middle. Okay, so that just gives you, 1, it gives you a way to use that gold foil, and then 2, it gives you a different look. Right? And you can use any of the colors. Like these are the colors that I'm using, but you can use any of the designer papers and have any of the colors. Had I thought about it, I could have also done the hearts in Night of Navy, and I feel like that would have really made it pop as well. So there's a couple different, there's different ways you can put it together. Honestly, I really like this one. Okay, so this last card is going to be, you're going to have to do a little bit of work on it. So yours that you got probably came like this, because I had to fold it this way to get it to fit in the bag. So your card probably looks like this, okay? So what you want to do is, this is not a precise, there's no real measurement for this. You're just going to eyeball this. And you may be freaking out and going, oh, I don't like that. I really would rather have a measurement. I want you to just believe in yourself. You can totally fold this piece of cardstock, and I promise you it's going to come out beautiful, okay? I get it, because I'm a perfectionist and I want it to be really perfect, but like, what is our motto? This is handmade. It's not Hallmark. It doesn't need to be perfect. So what I'm doing is I just sort of lay this down, and right where that fold happens, I'm just going to press it down and fold it. And if there's a little bit of a gap there, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. What you don't want is for it to overlap that other fold, really. Okay, so then you have this card that has all of these folds in it. If you wanted to get really precise, you could measure, I think that this is 1.25 inches. So you would, you know, come over and score at like, what would this be? I got to get it close to my eyeballs to see this. It's like 2.25 is what you would like then score this at. But I promise you can totally eyeball it, and it's not gonna be a big deal. Then you have a couple other things in your packet. You have this. You're going to place this on your card. Again, I'm not going to give you exact measurements because I want you to just place it on there, sort of in the middle of the strip. And then I want you to fold this over, grab your bone folder, give it a crease. And then same with this, you're going to bring it over and fold it. And what you want to do is have it be not super snug. Okay, you want it to slide. So if you do it super snug, it's not going to slide. So give it a little, like a 1/16 of like a little bit of a room to move around. And then, whoops, we didn't need all that adhesive. Whoops, and I didn't get it straight. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip. I put too much adhesive on there, so we're just going to flip that around and make the seam on the front. Okay? So you have your little belly band that's going to hold together your card. And then on that belly band, you are going to have, I need to like see my original belly band. Isn't that funny? Like, okay, I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Placing all the things where they need to go. So your next piece is going to go like this, and that's going to cover up that part that I did that was too much adhesive. And it looks funny right now because we have like tone on tone cardstock, but when we add the designer paper, it's going to make a difference. So let's start with let's do our stamping next. And the stamp that we're going to use, or the sentiment that we're going to use, we could use congratulations. That would be a great one. We're going to use I'm so proud of you. And I am going to use the Just Jade ink pad. And we will stamp. So proud of you. I love that. I love that sentiment. Okay, and then we're just going to add this flat because we're going to pop up some other items. Okay, so now we have that, and this will slide right off, okay? So now here comes the other part that You have to be a little bit flexible in the way you're cutting your paper. So I want to use this, which is my favorite design on here. This is the one I want to use. So what you want to do is add designer paper. So the way this is going to work is this is the way your card is going to open, okay? So you want to add designer paper to here. So what I do is I just go ahead and measure this, and it's 2 1/4, and then it's going to be 5 1/2. So we want 2 inches by 5 1/4. And these should all be around these measurements, just depending on how you folded it exactly. I think if you follow these measurements, you'll be totally fine. But it just might, this is a card that it might not be exactly perfect. It might be off a little bit by like a 1/16 of an inch, just depending on how you folded it. Okay, so we want a piece there. And then we want a piece here. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna do a quick measurement to make sure. And I have 1 1/2 inches. So we'll do 1 inch by 5 1/4. Okay, so then we'll do 5 1/4. And this is just a fun one. I think this is my favorite, just with all the interactive pieces of this. I think it really is a fun card to make, and then it's a really fun card to receive. Okay, so we have that, and then now we have this piece. So again, just to do my measurement to make sure see, this one's a little bit, like it's not quite 1 1/2 inches, but it's not quite 1 1/4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1 1/4 inches by 5 1/4 is what I'm going to do mine with the same piece, with the same design. So we have, I really think 1 1/4 inches is probably going to be perfect. And then we'll do 5 1/4. And we can put this on here and see, I think it's a little too big. I think, see, my measurement is a little too big. So what did I do? Okay, so I did 1 1/4 inches, so I'm going to do 1 inch and 1/8 inches. I still want it a little smaller, so maybe, what did I do? How did I read that wrong? Am I doing it wrong on my trimmer? Oh, no, I see. Okay, so I'm going to do it right at 1 inch. I think on your PDF, I said to do 1 inch for both of these. And I think that that's probably fine if you do that. There's a little bit more of a, whoops, of a border on here. Must be out of adhesive in that. Press that. So you're left with it looking like this. So how fun is this? So now you have your floral pieces. Now what I've done with these floral pieces is they're on here in a very specific way to kind of create a clasp almost for the card. So you have these two, and then you're going to have, so these two, and then you will have these two. So they're the opposite, okay? Now for this one, we're gonna hang it off a little bit so that these two petals down here sort of overlap that. And I wanna do these on dimensionals. I just think it's fun to pop them up. I always lose my dimensionals when I'm crafting, you guys. I always have like 3 sheets of dimensionals that I'm using. Okay, so this is gonna go here. And then we can also pop this little one up. And it can go right by it. Any which way, okay? So now this set, this darker set, we're going to, I'll do this one flat. And it's gonna hang off this edge. And then we'll pop this one up. And this is in just jade. And we'll layer that. The next thing we're gonna do is add our gold gilded gems. So we'll do 2 large ones where we'll do those in the middle. And then we'll do the smaller ones in the middle of these. Like so. Now, when you put the belly band back on it, oops, this is the one we just made because we have a few more things we're gonna do. You're gonna slide that over, and then the floral piece is going to tuck on top, and that's gonna keep that belly band sort of in place. Do you see that? I love that. Okay, so the next thing that I'm gonna do is just take 2 of my gilded gems, my larger ones, and place them right here. So now you can see that that just jade color pops against that designer paper, the pattern paper. So this is the one that's in the picture, and this is where we were going to use the gold embossing powder. Let me just get this on here. And we were going to use that gold embossing powder right on the edge of that. And I just love this. I love the way that it sits with some dimension. It will fit in a normal envelope. So you got envelopes. Let me grab an envelope and show you. So it will fit in a normal envelope. It's just gonna be a little bit smaller, but it'll fit. And then it's this fun card that when you get it, you press down and you just kind of see how you want that to have a little bit of give. You don't want it to be super tight. That's why. You can also, when you're placing, like this one would probably be better. This blue flower here would probably be better if I popped it up with a dimensional so that it rested. You can put your belly band on first and then see how it's going to like maybe like that. So put the dimensionals on first, and then that way those flowers can tuck up and underneath. That's one of my favorite things when I make anything. I love things to like tuck around or underneath, or it just makes it so fun and interactive. So those are the cards for Blessed2Craft. The bonus project I will do tomorrow morning in the Facebook group, in our Facebook group, and then everybody in Blessed2Craft will get an email with this video link, the bonus video linked, and the PDF for your projects this month. And then on the 1st of May, I will share with you what everybody will be getting for next month. Next month, we are using the ice cream designer paper and the stamp set. We're going to make some really fun summer cards. So that's what we will be doing next month, but you'll see all the products that you will be getting for that. And I hope you enjoyed these fun fold cards. They are not ones that I always make. I don't always make these kind of fun, interactive, where they take a little bit more time, but every once in a while I like to do that. And I like to have these kinds of designs like in my back pocket, so if I need something particular, I can do them. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and checking out these projects. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Leave a comment here on Facebook, or if you're watching on YouTube, in the description below will be the link to sign up for Blessed2Craft. And then if you have any comments, just let me know. And I will be back on Friday. I have my paper pumpkin kit that I got, and I want to make that with you guys. And so I will be back on Friday to do another live with you guys and hang out and make my paper pumpkin kit, because I just have not had time to get videos filmed and edited and up. And then on Saturday, you guys, I will be sharing the second part of my shelf build. It's all complete. It is behind me right now. And I will share the second part to that. And then going forward, every other Saturday, I'll have an organizational video or like a behind the scenes or studio video for you guys, because there's still several things that I want to be able to share with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on Friday with my paper pumpkin box. Thank you so much, you guys. If you guys wouldn't mind, around 1 o'clock my time, you can send me some prayers or some good vibes that I hold it together to get through this meeting with all about Andrew's, what he's going through. So thank you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.